Hey, great Monday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville. Again, it's a very different kind of day. And a lot of stuff happened in the city of Brownsville today. Surprisingly, for a Monday, you would think that it's not going to be that crazy, but a lot of stuff did happen. And but it's never a dull day in the city of Brownsville, never a dull day in local politics, not whatsoever. Listos pa'l choneo. So me, Chris. Marco, is it going? Juan and Saucillo family, how you doing, guys? Belinda, and we're going to get to these. Juan, Ilea, everyone's piling up, coming in. Joe, my man, how you doing, bro? Hey, guys. Hey, Nori. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Good evening, Juan. How you doing? Kathy, good evening. Bene, Salazar. Didn't say anything, but I saw your bubble. Hey, Yana. Good evening. And Saucillo's cars flying. Yes. That's crazy stuff. Arnie. Hey, Dr. Rita Hernandez is on tonight. Good job. Yeah, they were too fast and too furious going on Boca Chica Boulevard. Hey, guys, it seemed like everything crazy was happening down Boca Chica Boulevard today. It's just the way it is in the city of Brownsville. Al, my man. And Angel, onta Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean will be on later on. Buenas noches, Palomita Hermosa. ¿Cómo estás? And Chris, Final Destination Events in Brownsville, Raza. It's crazy, bro. What the heck's going on? Good evening, fellas, and good evening, Rick Lepre. And again, let's say, Rick, the dynamic duo. Thanks, I appreciate that. I don't know if you're talking about me. Hey, hi, Matt. Good evening. How you doing? Daniel's coming in. Good evening, guys. Delia, good evening. Adi, I wanted to wish the dishes fast so I can have time to hear you guys. Awesome. Deja los trastes se lavan solos. Norma, good evening. Guys, let's start off. What happened on Boca Chica? Check out my page. A lot of crazy stuff on Boca Chica Boulevard. Guys, I can't say hi to everyone. Tonight, we do have the honor and privilege of having Coach Rick Lepre. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
What's up? How's it going?
Going good. And yes, Coach is softball coach. Teacher.
Oh.
And, ¿qué onda, Tony? My man is going. Deja hablar al del medio. No! I said, shut up. Separado is going. Good evening. And hello, Arturo. And Austin, my man. How you doing, bro? And see you. Hey, you made it safe from Papa Doe. Papa Doe. What's up, Elizabeth? Hey, I'll call you after the show, Elizabeth. Looking forward to this. Very good. Guys, I cannot catch up. And, Rick brings in the people. That's a good thing. Hey, good evening, Joe. My prayers out to Joe. How you doing, Joe? Hope you're doing good. Are you in Houston? Let me know. Send me a message. Guys, it is an interesting day in the city of Brownsville. We did have numbers come in. We did have 182 positive for the city of Brownsville. 182 positive for the city of Brownsville with 17 deaths. Now, one of the things that was reported this morning was that Dr. Castillo came out on a press conference and basically said something that we've been saying for a while. The numbers are not real. The numbers are not real. They're not factual. They're not up to date. And it's kind of sad situation that, but again, I'm glad that they finally came out and admitted it, that the numbers that they were giving us were not accurate. And I'm glad that's good. And they gave an explanation in regards to, the time, the going back and forth, they've overwhelmed. Great. Find the answer. Find the solution. I don't care about the damn excuses. I don't care if y'all have lost personnel. I mean, at this point, guys, we're too far into the game to be getting incorrect numbers from our elected officials. It's frustrating. Rick, what's your take on getting inaccurate numbers in regards to the Rona?
I really don't know too much about that. I mean, I'm not privy to that info.
But you're a numbers guy. You're a coach. Coaches deal with numbers and stats. I mean, what happens when you don't have the right numbers, the right stats?
You can't accurately assume stuff.
Well, you can't prepare for a game because if you're going to be out there playing a game against someone, you want to see who their best hitter is. You want to see what their average is in regards to batting, in regards to everything else. You have to have numbers. If you don't have numbers, You can't prepare your team for what's coming up in regards to playing some baseball, softball out there. Am I wrong?
You gotta numbers help. That's for sure.
And, it's a little disheartening, for us to hear Dr. Castillo state that, the numbers, especially the deaths, are a lot higher than are being reported. That's very scary because what are we? What confidence? And I hate to to say this, but what confidence do we have in our local government? It seems like if they're not able to, keep on administering either these tests or these deaths, I understand that we're not robots, they're not machines, that these are human beings, and they are susceptible to possibly catching this virus. So it's a tough situation. It's a very delicate situation. I understand that, but we're in the middle of a crisis. I just saw today the county judge Cortez from Hidalgo County. He was on the Rachel Maddow show on MSNBC. He was also previously on Fox News talking about Tesla, trying to get their attention. I think that this administration is drowning, is suffocating, is overwhelmed. They don't have the resources available to get it all together. I feel, gentlemen, that Hidalgo County does have a grip on it, even though we're in the middle of a crisis. We saw videos of McAllen Hospital, how bad they were. But Cameron County, for whatever reason, we don't seem to have, I don't know if it's the proper people or the proper guidance, the proper solution in order to try and combat this virus. So I'm very scared for the next couple of weeks and even for our future, guys, because this is only getting worse, and we're getting reports a week, days later, when we should get it that day or the very next day, in my opinion.
We got Coach Hinojosa out here from Coach Hinojosa from Los Fresnos basketball team. Let me tell you something about Coach Marco Hinojosa. Coach Marco Hinojosa, right after a game, I don't know because I'm not stalking him. Maybe. But I'm not stalking him, but I know for a fact that he goes out there after a game and starts putting in the numbers for his kids in regards to the game, what kind of game they played. And a lot of other coaches do that. And that's one of the reasons why Coach Marco Hinojosa is a 6-peat. 6-time district champs, because he studies the numbers. He studies the stats. He prepares his team. He has a plan. He's got something. Am I wrong, Marco Hinojosa? Of course I'm not wrong. Goodness gracious, guys. How in the heck, and I'm using heck because I don't want to cuss, unlike someone else on this panel. How in the heck are we going to prepare for what is coming up against us when we don't have the damn numbers? We don't. And look, and this is what really, really ticks me off, guys out there. A lot of the decisions that this stupid board has made, and this corrupt board and this stupid superintendent, thank you for the bubbles, has made, have been based on, hey, it's not that bad. Look at the numbers. And you know what? They seem to tend to follow in the footsteps of the county judge and the counties and the county commissioners. And you know what? And I'll give this to the county judge. County judge is only giving the face out there. He's out there presenting himself. He's representing the whole county commissioner court. The whole county commissioner court have failed us. Have failed the Cameron County. Cameron County. Failed. Guys, we have to have numbers. We have to have up-to-date numbers, or else we're not going to prepare. And then these people out here at the district, they're going to base, it's okay to send, kids off to campus. It's okay to send the teachers out there. It's okay to have graduation. It's okay because the numbers aren't that bad. The numbers are horrible. They're horrible. Guys, we have the mayor's stated 10 to 15 deaths a day. I'm guesstimating that we're actually having 15 to 20 deaths a day. Commissioner Tetreault seems to think that there are 30 deaths a day. So I fall somewhere in the middle, ni tan, ni ton.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
You know, we were expecting word from UIL in regards to how this upcoming year was going to be like for our student athletes. First and foremost, tell us, you know, your opinion as a coach. Do you think we should hold back on it? And if when, you know, when should we come back?
Well, first of all, I want to make sure that everybody understands that these are my ideas and my opinions, not that of BISD or of Lopez High School. I feel that the utmost important thing is the safety of the kids.
Ronnie, yeah. In regards to how they had a press conference today.
I am for not.
You're lagging, Coach.
Sport at all.
Okay.
I'm breaking up here.
Awesome. Ronnie, how do you know?
Are you getting straight?
Yeah. Ronnie, how do you know? It's very, very simple, Ronnie. The reason that we know is because they actually admitted it today, Ronnie. That's how we know. Dr. Castillo came out and said, well, we actually have like about 300 deaths. And they actually admitted today that the numbers, that they hadn't been producing them because the numbers that are going to come out this week are like 5 weeks old towards the end of June. I'm not making this stuff up, Ronnie. I promise you. I mean, that's what happened today. Erasmo, can you clarify if staff members that work on campus, clerks and support staff have to work this coming Thursday? Yes, they are scheduled to go to work, and it is the stupidest thing in the world. And that is my opinion. The stupidest thing, because we don't have clear clarity, Joseph, in regards to what's actually going on these campuses. We don't. And we already learned today, finally, the county came out and said, you know what? The numbers that we throw out there a day are not up to date. Now, and didn't y'all think it was strange that Hidalgo County all of a sudden was pouring out 1,300, 1,200, 33 deaths, 17 deaths, and we were reporting 1 or 0? I mean, didn't y'all think that was just kind of strange? And again, I've been out here yelling and screaming for the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks, in regards about how inaccurate these numbers were, guys. And again, I'm not basing this, Ronnie, I'm not basing this because, I'm guessing at it. I'm basing it because I call the funeral homes. I talk to the funeral home directors. I talk to the nurses at the hospital, the doctors at the hospital. Maybe you all don't know individuals out there at the hospital, but let me tell you, they're concerned. They're very, very concerned. I got a call today from individuals that are working out there at Carrizales, and they're very, very concerned, guys. They're very concerned. Our jailers are very concerned that now they're being asked to work 12-hour shifts, and they're being forced to do overtime. And I said, they can't force people to do overtime. Well, they don't have any staff at the jail. You know why they don't have any staff? Because they weren't reporting the damn numbers. That's why. They weren't. And all of a sudden after the election, 350 positives. Did that happen overnight? We knew that there were positives out at the jail. They were out there fighting, threatening anyone that stated the numbers that they were going to come after them.
We've heard, Coach, we've heard how, well, actually we've seen, back in March when there was a shutdown, that it wasn't as bad as it is now. Numbers were in the 50s, so to speak. So, how can teachers, staff, paraprofessionals, administrators, how could they expect to go back when we're in the middle of a crisis? So, how do you feel about the numbers going back?
Well,
okay. All right. Guys, yeah, Marco, you're completely right. The numbers are very, very important.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, all you have to do is look at the obituary pages. I mean, all you have to do is go online and look at the obituary pages, and you're going to see a stack full of individuals on there, guys. I mean, not making this stuff up. For anyone that's out there doubting anything that we've been saying, the numbers are there. Now, look, we had a video from Commissioner Tetreault, actually frightened, scared, tripped out. She was almost crying on that damn video. She was out there almost crying, saying that I'm appalled. I'm devastated. at the number of deaths. I'm going like, well, that's fine. I'm glad finally someone is speaking about it from the city commission. I'm glad finally someone, came out and said it. Said what we've been saying for weeks. People are, look, guys, and again, I know because I live on social media. It's my platform. I know what's going on social media, and someone tell me if I'm wrong. All of a sudden, you started to see all these little black ribbons going back and forth. Coach, did you see all those black ribbons of people that were losing loved ones, Coach?
I know that, my family lives in New York, and, I went through this way worse than it is here back in May. So, I've been aware of all these things that you're talking about. And, it was extremely bad out there. What we're seeing here is basically part of what happened in New York back in May. March and April, and it took them a while to get better, so to speak, from that. And I just feel that we need to stay inside and practice social distancing, and that is one of the reasons why I feel we should not be having sports in the fall. I think the safety of the kids is our utmost priority, and that I also think that there are three people involved in this equation as far as fall sports go. You have the coaches, and you have the parents, and you have the kids themselves. There's not anybody else involved in this equation, okay? And I believe that here in the Valley, most of the coaches are in favor of making sure the kids are safe. And I believe the parents are in favor of making sure the kids are safe. Now, if you ask the kids, you may get a different answer from them, okay?
Of course.
Because they're 17 and 18 years old, and, they're invincible. Now, if you go around the state, again, these are my ideas, you may see this demographic change as far as coaches and parents and kids go, because when you go up north, you've got football hotspots, in Dallas and Houston, and you have teams that go to the state championships every single year, and a lot of these teams are looking forward to being in that state championship game. And therefore, you may find different opinions of this up there as far as parents.
Well, technical difficulties. And that's why I was there 9 days. And Joe was talking about being at the hospital for 9 days. Joe is not doing too well. 10 to 15 deaths daily. This is one hospital. This is just one hospital. It's not a rumor, guys. He saw it. It happened right there next to me. Every night, at least 10 per night at Valley Regional Hospital. And other individuals that have been on there, guys, are going to tell you exactly the same thing. So the numbers were never messed up. We were out there letting you know of the right numbers. And look, guys, let's go back into what we were saying before. Look, guys, you have to have good numbers. And someone that somebody was asking right now, yeah, we have individuals out there, guys. We have individuals that are going back on campus on Thursday based on the numbers. The numbers are wrong. Our numbers are wrong. Our numbers are flawed. Our numbers are not there. And when our numbers are not there, when our numbers are flawed, how can they make decisions based on faulty numbers?
I'm back.
Right. We're putting our people in danger. We're putting our staff in danger by sending them back onto campus based on faulty numbers. It's irresponsible. And I'm going to give a prediction, guys. And listen to what I'm saying. This is my prediction. On Thursday, this coming Thursday, when our staff is going back onto campus, and listen to me, staff, this Thursday, you're going to see that night tens of deaths. 20, 30, 40 deaths just that day. I can almost guarantee you. Just that day, because what's going to happen this week, now they're being pushed forward in order to produce the numbers. So what's going to happen when our community starts finally getting slapped in the face with reality? Because look, you could go down to Craig Grove's page, that Peachy King, everything's beautiful in Brownsville page. You could go over there and listen to crap all day long. And, and like, heart, all that bull crap. It's not going to get you anything. Oh, but it made me feel so good. Yeah. It also placed your life in danger. Why does it place your life in danger? Because people become complacent. People seem to feel relaxed. It's not that bad. Erasmo's just being negative. He's just a negative. He's bitter.
This has led, to the public to be misled, by not reporting the actual numbers, by not reporting on time, by not giving the public the information that we need. We've had this, this lax approach to this. Again, I think now we are finally, 3-4 months into it, Coach. We are finally understanding, like, whoa, this is very serious. We've talked about previously how back in March, April, even May, we heard about people being positive. We heard about people passing away, and now it's like a common thing where every day on our feed we get positive prayers, or myself, pray for my friend, and it's very disheartening whenever our local government can't provide or can't assure us that the information that we need is not giving to us. And I think that falls on them. It's our fault. It's our fault for not doing our part. But at the same time, if we don't have the numbers, Coach, numbers are very important. If we don't have those numbers, we don't know what we're dealing with.
Shout out to Austin, Texas. Awesome stuff going on in Austin, Texas. Safety. All else does not matter. Again, guys, it's not only the safety of our, of our students. I'm glad that they've taken measures into account in regards to protecting our students. That's great. And again, I'm very, very happy that after 3 months, they finally did the right thing. After 3 months, and said no students are going to come back on campus at least till September the 8th. That gives us a month. That gives us 6 weeks, guys. So, okay, I'll take it. But what about our teachers? Did you read the memo that was sent out today in regards to the quasi plan that the district has? It said nothing. Nothing. It said nothing. What's going to happen in different situations when a teacher falls prey to coronavirus because they were sent back onto campus? What's going to happen when our custodians, start, having to be out for 10 to 14 days? How are they going to get covered? Are they going to have to get into their FMLA? Is that going to run out? What if they have underlying conditions? What if they have heart issues and they need to continuously go to the doctor or need to take days off? We won't be able to take them because they ate them all up because of a coronavirus that they were, introduced to because they were going onto campuses. It's ridiculous. Doesn't make any sense. And again, look, guys, all I'm asking for, all I want is a plan. Show me some direction. Show me what's going to happen. Let me know what's going to happen. And anyone that goes out there and says, well, we don't know, then you're stupid if you don't know. Because let me tell you, I may not know, but I'm not an expert, and I'm not getting paid $400,000 a damn year. I may not know, but I'm not a deputy making $200,000 a year. It's not my job to know. It's their job to know. It's their job to plan. It's their position to offer some form of sense of security for our people. I mean, goodness gracious, the only thing that we heard from the emergency meetings out there were there was 1 or 2 suicides per day since March in Brownsville. In Brownsville. That's all we heard. And that maybe it's a good time to start a safety committee meeting. You think? Now? Should have started the safety committee meeting 3-4 months ago. Coach?
I think that in order to look forward, we have to look backwards. I think, but where we'll know where we're going. Uh, we were doing pretty well when everything ended back in March, when spring break started, as far as the teams and the athletics and all that stuff. And it wasn't that bad then. I think we all can agree. And then, so we got to try and predict where we are right now and what's it going to look like 6 or 7 weeks from now. But again, we can only predict because things change every day. You know, you can't really make a prediction. As far as I feel that, you know.
No, you have to make predictions, Coach. You have to make predictions. You have to make predictions. And something that you mentioned yourself. You said that you saw 3-4 months ago or 3-4 weeks ago what was happening in New York. You have to predict in order to prepare, because the trend is there. I mean, you yourself said that you look back 3 weeks ago, you saw that what was happening in New York. It's the same thing, Coach. The same thing that was happening in New York is now happening here. The refrigerator trailers that were out there in front of the hospitals in New York, now we have them here. So anyone out there that thought it's not going to happen to us is not looking at the trends. And the trends are very, very clear. What happened in New York a month and a half ago is what's happening here in Brownsville, Texas. And again,
I agree. I feel that at the time that this was happening in New York, and I was fearing for the lives of my family and friends, which some of my friends I lost. I would make statements, and people would not listen. They wouldn't listen because it wasn't here. Now, you know, now that it's hit hard here, people need to understand, and they still don't understand. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't been out of my house in 4, 5, 6 days already. I can't go out. I won't go out. And if everybody felt the same way, I think we'd be in much better shape. But a lot of people don't take it as a real thing, and that's where our problem lies. You know, you go out and you can go to HEB, and people have little kids with no mask, things like that, and you know, we got to discipline ourselves. But you know, there's people that don't believe it's real.
And Ryan, you're exactly right. The late reporting and flawed numbers misled the public. If people knew the actual numbers, they would, you know, and you know, for a lot of individuals out there going like, oh, it's fear mongering. Well, maybe people need to be slapped with the truth. You know, maybe I'm all over Craig's group, Raising Hell. People are very sensitive and testy there. Yeah, because everything's peachy keen. No, everything's great. Everything is wonderful. Look at what an amazing job the county is doing. The county commissioners, they care. Bull crap. They've done a horrible job. Admit it and then move forward. That's all you have to do. Look, take the hit. Goodness gracious, take the hit. Admit that you made a crap load of mistakes and move forward. But stop trying to shove stuff under the rug. It's still going to stink in there. If you throw your crap under the rug, it's still going to be crap. But it's going to get humidity, and it's going to stink worse.
We have seen what happened in Hidalgo County. Today, the county judge issued a shelter in place, which is unenforceable based on the governor's orders. But what solutions, guys? What solutions could the city, the county do? Because at the end of the day, these are just suggestions. If we were to go through another shelter in place, what can be done besides, you know, closing down the schools? Besides, you know, the curfews. What options do these men have in order to try and prevent this virus from getting any worse? What are your thoughts?
Me?
Yes, sir. Or the questions on the table.
I think we should take it more seriously and stay at home, and don't, you know, you got to go to the grocery store every week or so, and you know, you got to take care of yourself. Again, I've been up on this since March, and you know, it's something that's not new to me. I've seen what has happened, and my family stayed safe, and and thank God I can say this. nobody in my family even got sick because they know how to take care of themselves and they knew how to keep themselves safe. And that's what I'm going by right now. Is going by those guidelines of what my brothers and sisters told me to do. They showed me how to when you go to the grocery store, you have your table in your dining room, you put your groceries on one half of the table, and then you spray them down. Every single grocery, a tin can, bottle of soda, milk, you spray them with alcohol, and then you put them on the other half of the table. And you do that with everything that comes into your house. And it may sound OCD, but those are the things that you have to do to keep yourself safe. And again, I'm not an expert on that. You know, my expertise is sports and athletics. But, you know, again, thankfully to my family, I've learned all this stuff. So when I go to HEB, I've got a table set up in my house where everything that comes in the house goes on half the table until it's decontaminated, and then we put it on the other half of the table, and then we put it away. And again, those are the type of things you have to do. And I don't think there's very many people out there doing that right now.
No, I agree with you, Coach. Other than yelling and bashing the BISD and board, COB, series commissioners, what are you and Frankie doing to help? Very easy, Joe. We're keeping the community informed. Let me tell you, it's not our responsibility to do anything in regards to taking action, Joe Jr. It's their responsibility. They're the ones that are placing individuals, people, our community's lives in danger by granting us incorrect information and incorrect numbers. So it's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to provide and preach facts. And that's what we've been doing for 3 months, Joe. Very, very simple. Produce the facts, produce the numbers.
We don't have all the answers, guys, but we try our best to bring people, doctors, neurologists, dentists, pediatricians who do have the answers. So we're using our platform to keep the community informed. Tomorrow, Dr. Eder Hernandez will be here tomorrow to discuss the virus a little bit more. So, you know, that's what we're doing. We don't have the answers, but we do bring in people who do, obviously.
They won't be getting any training. Nothing's going to happen. Now, it's something that, again, Tony, we should have had a plan. We should have had something. We had nothing. Money is in the superintendent's pocket is a plan. They could care about they don't care about anybody else. Are y'all going to talk about today's run? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Let's just finish off with the COVID and the situation with the teachers. Priority is health. Without health, there's nothing. I'm praying we don't have social collapse. Well, let me tell you, we're very, very close to social collapse in the city and in the county. Very, very simple. Duh. Don't forget the circus. Yeah, no joke. What happens with Brownsville? We hit level 5 at this. Let me tell you, Esperanza, why we are not at level 5 yet really boggles my mind. That easy. Buenas noches, guys. Punto caliente. It's a pandemic, not a plan inside. Hey, Trump just admitted that masks need to be worn a little too late, but oh well. The same thing with Grasswaswa. I got the bubble right here. Cheese. I'll be over on election day. We'll need you. Manda saludos para la raza. Saludos a toda la raza. Saludos, man. Erasmo, you are the James Bond we need in BISD. Bless you, bro. God bless you. Guys, New York City, a population density problem. Brownsville is a density problem. Well, you know what? And again, it has to do with no education, Ryan. And look, and I'm going to say this again. It all has to do with education. We have to educate the community. The problem is that our elected officials have tried to dumb down the community for far too long. And let me explain my reasoning. Look, guys, has anyone ever wondered why, we had 8 or 9% of the total of voting population going out to vote? Those are the only individuals that went out to vote. 8 or 9% of those that were registered to vote went out and vote. And no one had any interest in regards to increasing the number of voter turnout, because as long as their base was voting these idiots into office, then they didn't care. And you know what that made us? That made us the community of more ratas than anywhere else in the whole entire world. That didn't only make us the hub for ratas, it also made us the poorest community in the country. It also made us the fourth least educated. That's not a coincidence. Look at guys. And then they try to put all these regulations, all these ordinances on top of the people, like no smoking in bars. And I don't even smoke. Let them smoke in bars. I don't care. Plastic bag ban. Who cares? Oh, and the reasoning for the plastic bag ban is because people are dirty. Because the bags they litter the city of Brownsville, they make the Brownsville look horrible. I said it's not true. It's not true. It's not the bag's fault. Like it's not the dirty diapers' fault. Like it's not the masks or the gloves' fault. It's the dirty people. It's las de la pelucita. It's those people. Goodness gracious. It's those people. So what we need to do is educate the community, let them know, hey, all this is yours. This is yours. You remember that movie with Eddie Murphy? When Eddie Murphy, he's out in the streets, homeless, trading places, and they make him into like this Wall Street guru guy, and he's out there at the rich guy's house, and he's like trying to pocket all the stuff, and they go, no, everything's yours. Everything's yours. That's what we have to do with the city of Brownsville, guys. Everything around here is yours, except those idiots out there that are elected officials. They have made you feel like it's theirs and that you're using what is theirs. That is what has to change. That is the problem that we have in our area. We've got to make more people aware. All this is yours. Yours. You're in power. And that's the problem with the teachers, Ryan. The problem with the teachers is that they've been made to feel that they're inferior, that they're going to get retaliated on. Guys, there's 6,600 individuals that work for the district. There's only 10 to 12 corrupt people out there. There's more of us than there are of them. You don't have to fear these people. Screw these people. Hey, that's when you got morning to yourself. Yes. Please don't try to tell me how to run this show.
It's unfortunate also that, our politicians focus on things that I wouldn't say are insignificant. Well, you know what? I'm going to say it, are insignificant. When the elephants in the room, we've had a monopolization of PUB for the longest time. And I know it's in the charter, in the city charter, but why hasn't nobody taken the stance of saying, hey, you know what? I see something wrong with it. Could it be because those same commissioners are on that board that are coasting it? So there's no need for them to ruffle up feathers. These are issues that pertain to people's daily lives. By not giving people options, we are forcing them to say, hey, you either pay it or you don't. Again, the plastic ban, I'm all for being green, protecting the earth, but you know what I mean? Why don't we take a harder stance and really deal with issues that affect people's daily lives, the pocketbooks? That's something that we can benefit our community tremendously. If we say, you know what, we're going to give you an option, we're going to bring in competition. That way you the consumer could test the market and see what product is best for you and your household. That's something that I wish that our politicians would do, that they would take the range, be a little, on the edge and say, hey, I'm going to do something out of the norm. But time and time again, people get elected and it's, the same game, different player, unfortunately. So I hope that our politicians would do something for the community and not just do little gimmicks like, oh, we're doing the tire, we're cutting grass, we're doing the plastic bans on bags, and those are things that really do not change my life, your life whatsoever. But if we implemented something that changed the rates for PUB, that gave you an option to give you a choice, that would greatly benefit your life, in my opinion.
They made us the hotspot. Now they're going to test the vaccine here. Yeah, Matthew. And let me tell you, that was one of my biggest concerns. The biggest concerns that all of a sudden now they're going to go out there to McAllen and start doing the test site. It was crazy. It just doesn't make any sense. Again, they just threw it out there. You're correct. La gente cochina que hace fea la ciudad, for real. Eva, left wing, free market. HEB parking lot, so dirty. Pañales llenos de everywhere. Ahora masks and gloves. There is no respect. I always say, limpien su ceiling fan and not mask. Sorry, I apologize. Matthew, I'm not talking about the pop. I don't know what's free market anymore. It's like a movie, ants versus the grasshoppers. Ants took over the ant. It took one to stand up. Guys, the other thing that before we go tonight, we'll have a short show tonight. The other thing that came out today in the run one was in regards to that sealed indictment, that sealed motion that was submitted by the prosecutor in the Sylvia Atkinson case. Let me tell you guys, it's very, very telling. It's no coincidence that it came days after she presented herself and actually sat on that board. It's no coincidence whatsoever. So we're going to find out on the 24th what it means. Someone asked me, well, do you think it's in regards to them revoking her bail, her bond? And I'm going to say I'm probably like 75% saying that that's exactly what's going to happen. 75%, that's exactly what's going to happen. Because she was specifically, look, guys, you don't mess around with judges. You don't mess around with judges. When they give you an order, you comply. Now, that goes like 10 times when you have a federal judge out there. You don't mess with federal judges. The federal judge told you stay away from BISD, stay away from the victims, stay away from co-defendants and co-conspirators, and you don't, you're going to be in trouble. Now, if everyone remembers correctly, she was given a warning. She was given a warning after she presented herself to Hannah to do a groundbreaking ceremony for the gym. She was brought in and told, you don't do that. She was already given a warning. Now, are they going to give her another warning? That's up to them. It's up to the judge. Do I think something a little bit more severe is warranted? You better believe it. I really believe something more is warranted. But we're not going to find out. The only thing that we know right now that there was a sealed motion on her case that she's going to have to respond to by the 24th of July. So, which is this week. So we'll find out. We'll find out this week. So that is what happened on the run. And I appreciate that's great reporting on Juan's part. It's just very amazing, very telling. Coach, any last words for tonight?
Everybody stay safe, shelter in place, and do everything you can to take care of yourself and your family.
Appreciate it. Frankie, last words.
Thank you so much, guys. Short show tonight. We'll be here tomorrow with Dr. Eder Hernandez. He will be having a presentation for us on the latest on COVID. So thank you so much for your time, guys. Have a good night.
Guys, have a great evening. Please take care of each other. Make sure that you're going out there. If anyone is in need, please help them out as much as possible. Please be good to each other. Please be good to me. Have a great evening. See you in the morning at 9 a.m. Bye.
Bye.